Hello everyone, today we will have a look at the same color bishop endgame. This is the Endgame series, a series in which I explain all the endgames in increasing difficulty. Also, according to YouTube statistics, only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always unsubscribe. Enjoy the video. We will have a look at positions in which there's a pawn that wants to promote. Of course, two kings, a white bishop that supports the pawn, and a black bishop that wants to stop the pawn from moving forward. Let's have a look at the first position. As you can see, the white pawn wants to promote. The move d7 is impossible in this position since the bishop would take that pawn. So with white, we don't want this black bishop here on this diagonal. And so we play the move bishop to d7. Notice that the bishop can't take the bishop since we would take back with the king and promote the pawn. The black bishop goes back to d1. But the mission isn't accomplished because the bishop stands before the pawn and so the pawn can't move. How do we solve this problem? Because if we go back to b5, the black bishop goes back to g4. And now we are back in the starting position. We play a very smart move, bishop to h3. And we are threatening to promote the pawn. And now the bishop can't go back to g4 because we take the bishop. You might ask, well, why doesn't he just go to a4? Because now black stops the pawn from moving, right? The only difference is that the bishop is now on this diagonal. And that makes a huge difference because the king is over here. This maneuver is called interference. Bishop to g2, bishop to b5, and bishop to c6. We stop the black bishop from using this diagonal, while not standing before the pawn, but next to the pawn. And now the white pawn will be able to promote. Let's have a look at this position from the black's perspective. And let's say in this position it's not white, but black to move. Is this still winning for white or not? Now, this is actually a draw. With the reason that the black king is able to reach the c5 square, from which he will be able to control this very important c6 square. So with black, we play the move king to d4. And in this position, white wants to stop black from using this diagonal. He plays the move bishop to d7. Black's bishop is attacked and so he has to go back. And white plays the same idea as we've seen before. He plays the move bishop to h3. Black has to control another diagonal now and he plays the move bishop to a4, controlling all of these squares. And white plays the move bishop to g2. He wants to use the technique interference and promote his pawn afterwards. Black is just in time to play the move king to c5 and control this c6 square. Now white can't put his bishop on c6 because with the support of the black king we can take that bishop. This is now an easy draw because white will never ever be able to use his technique of interference. I would like to end with this beautiful study. It's composed by a guy named Hoeker in 1930. It's white to move and win the game. I would recommend to set this one up on the board and just take your time, because it will be very enjoyable if you find the solution. It really doesn't matter if this takes you 10 minutes, an hour, or a few days. You can come back to this video whenever you want. And as always, you can pause the video right now. As you may have noticed, you can't play the move h7 with white, because then black plays the move e4. Black now controls the h8 square and he can pick up the pawn later. White has a very flashy move in this position, which is bishop to a7. And black can't take this bishop because we play the move h7 and we can promote. So black has to play the move bishop to a1. We attack the bishop with the king. The bishop goes to c3 and we attack the bishop again. The bishop goes back to a1 and now we have a very nice move in this position. If you saw the move bishop to d4, congratulations. Neither the pawn nor the bishop can take the white bishop on d4. If the pawn takes the bishop on d4, we play the move king to d3. We block the pawn with the king. The black bishop can't control the square on h8 and we can promote. And if the bishop takes on d4, we play the move king to d3. After the move e4, we can of course just take the bishop and promote the pawn afterwards. Or if black plays the move bishop to b2 or a1, let's say bishop to b2, we play the move king to e4. The black bishop can't control the h8 square and we will be able to promote. I really hope you enjoyed this video and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.